but they have a huge bargaining chip. And one of the, I think the biggest disingenuous kind of, I would say, like cultural blackmailing we do on our fellow Americans is like this argument where it's like, well, they have nukes, so they just get to do whatever they want. And it's just kind of like, yeah, they actually, yes, they
Wait
can.
a minute. Okay, so
because hold on, let me finish. I'm gonna be quick.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So like, I understand that's like not a great answer, and I don't like that answer, but it's true. If you don't have the military will or the capabilities to, put pain on your adversaries or whoever you're dealing with, you get that bargaining chip. So we have to deal with Russia a certain way compared to other countries that don't have nuclear capabilities. So I would much rather be on good terms with Putin instead of being on bad terms.
Ooh, okay, so Osama bin Laden, because y'all say some things, right? Even had me looking and confused. Who was he the leader of? What country was he so he could be a dictator? What country? Anybody? Oh, none. So you can't be a dictator if you're not a leader of a country, but you could be a militant. I didn't hear what you
said. What did you say?
What country did Osama bin Laden? What country was he the leader of? The president of in order to be a dictator?
He never was. He was
so how is he a dictator if he's not?
Well, that was a bad example, but
okay, cool. Because y'all had me over here flipping out. Like, what the hell are they talking
well,
about?
I can add more, but the thing about I can add more examples.
Okay, give me another dictator.
We worked with the not the king. Suharto in Indonesia. When he became a dictatorship over there in like the 70s and 80s, the Western governments helped him, even though he transitioned his government to a capitalist system, which is what we wanted instead of going to communism. So well, I'm just saying, like, there's examples. There's examples out there. We've worked with not good guys out there just because they were on our side.
Not good guys and dictators are not the same thing, right?
Okay, well, dictator. Okay, dictator. I'm just saying dictator.
We're not always the good guy, right?
Right. I get it, but it's just like this whole hubbub about we shouldn't work with dictators
here's the problem. So you didn't answer the question yet. What do we get for working with Putin?
Okay, we get de-escalation of nuclear, even though I did answer that question, de-escalation of possible nuclear war, but also economic trade and stuff like that, which is good. We used to have trade with Russia before people wanted to have hardline stances on BS. That's only going to benefit us, Russia, and the Ukrainian people. So instead of shooting at each other, they're going to start building and trading things. So I think that's preferable to war.
Wow. So
well, how is that? Why? I don't understand.
Because history shows that he is not trying to slow down taking over shit. He walked into Ukraine and took shit from Ukraine. I'm sorry, there's a reason though. I mean, he didn't just wake up one day and say, "We hate Ukrainians, let's just start blowing it up." Like that didn't correct.
happen.
Correct. He's been doing that for many of years. This happened. It happened way before Zelensky got there. This shit was happening.
I can tell you, I was watching it.
They had about like 3 or 4 different ceasefires over there. Mm-hmm. Right, and Putin broke each one, and so well,
that's what the Western media says. But
so the thing is this: so the problem with somebody like Trump siding with a person like Putin and China and all these other places that have the military to collide together and turn this shit into a one world government is that now he could be the dictator of America because he could get certain people on his side. That's a scary thing because he is moving towards an oligarchy. It's no way that at this moment the right.
We're already in an oligarchy in America.
We are not yet. We are not yet. It might seem like they've been fighting to get it that way for a very long time, but right now America is really more of a corporatist type of situation where we believe in regulating things through.
I can agree with that.
Of course, because I speak I deal with proper information. I don't just say things, you know what I'm saying? I try to like really be as truthful as I possibly get with the information that we have, because a lot of stuff we still don't even fucking know, right? Because they are
Okay. So
right.
economic activity. So not to cut you, but like
Sure.
so economic activity and not having a World War III or nuclear war is bad. That's not a benefit. So that's what you're saying. You're
No,
dying
what
on
I'm
that
saying
hill.
is that Putin is not showing that he's going to do a nuclear war anyway, because that's not good for him neither. We are close. We have more opportunity to hit him than he has to hit us. Because where we are positioned, so we can easily go from Alaska to Russia, right? But it's not easy from Russia to go to Alaska, right? So we
actually not
that. So we understand that portion of Russia is not is a very rough terrain.
Okay, well,
okay, so we know that's a rough terrain. Barely people live over there, and is the reason why they have not tried to walk across that ice bridge that happens every year. We understand there's an ice bridge that happens over there, and they can they can easily attempt to come over here if they want to, but they don't, right? Because it's a reason for it, right? It's not about me wilding. It's just, again, we're dealing with the information that we have. It is very difficult. It's not easy for other countries to try to invade over there. And plus,
can I speak about
Canada and Mexico is
policy?
not going to allow it to happen, because they know if they take over America, they are next, right? So we have a lot of situations strategically why America is a very difficult place to take over and destroy. We understand that, especially you being in the military, you understand that as well.
I want to add a caveat onto what you're saying.
Hold on.
Here, the thing about it, there's a couple things. Number one, you've heard of MAD, right? MAD, you know, the acronym Mutually Assured Destruction. This is from the 60s, where the federal government recognizing, the Russians too, recognize if there's one nuclear weapon that gets shot into the air by somebody, we're all going to just go and just destroy each other. So in order to guard against that, that's why they started doing hard politics and having quick lines of communications between each other so there's no misunderstandings. And so on top of that, Russia has slightly a few more nuclear warheads than we are, and I'm talking about operational ones, not just the material. They literally have the capability. Like, we have the best, I guess you would say, a nuclear defense or air defense against those that hit them before they can hit the mainland. That's true, but we're not going to be able to catch all of them, and it only really needs a few handful of them to slip through our defense system, which is which we've already predicted that's going to happen. So we only have to hit, I'm about to finish. We only have to hit about like 5 areas in Russia compared to a couple of dozen in America, and they have the capability to do that. So that's like not even a thing. So that's why people like myself recognize it's better to be their friends than enemies. And are we saying let them do whatever they want? No, that does not mean that. But let's not try to make an enemy out of them unnecessarily, which is what the professional, non-elected foreign policy class, affectionately known as the blob by Obama's own people, have said they're the blob. So this needs to stop. That's why they need to go home.
Okay, so you don't know history, right? Because we didn't make them. Well, we didn't make them an enemy, right? They made us the enemy. Russia is waiting to, right, because of the Cold War, right? And the coming down of the wall. They say America helped that happen, and so they are against us. So you're saying hold out a hand and let them slap it away and things like that, essentially, instead of just staying away from them. Why can't we just stay away from them, make sure they don't gain more power? Because we're in control of the back of Russia. And with Ukraine, if they get on board of the UN, then we would control that side of them too, to keep an eye on them, keep them from moving forward, right? But remember, that's why they went in Ukraine, right? Because people was trying to get them in the UN, right? Y'all remember that?
So how come Obama?
I thought it was into NATO, not the UN. They're already a UN member.
NATO, but it might. Okay, yeah, you might be right about that.
But Bomb, question: how come Obama and Biden didn't stop him from didn't put Ukraine in NATO? They had a chance.
What you mean put them? They gotta have to agree.
No. I'm saying no. But what I'm saying is, I never seen Obama, Biden, or Bush sit
Mhm.
Russia down at a negotiating table and say, "Hey, hands off Ukraine."
Oh, you talking about Russia?
Yeah, we never talked to Russia. I've never seen anybody
Why
from
would?
our previous president.
Okay, so that's an easy answer is because of the president that was in place at the time. They had different plans, and so we understand that Zelensky just got there in 2019. So
But what
times
about
times has changed. Things is moving a certain way. We wound up getting a lot of wheat from Ukraine. So we have a lot of things that on the map when we playing chess is strategic for us
No,
to
we
be.
don't get wheat from Ukraine. They give it around the world. People around the world are going to starve. We're not going to starve.
we have we have
Right, regardless if we're gonna starve or not, we still buy a lot of wheat from Ukraine, and plus they are in a place where we can keep a closer eye on Russia. We understand that it was a chess move moving in 2019. So back then, when all the other presidents was there, it was just a different time, different president, different policies.
But see, the problem is this, though, Sharon. When and this is why the argument broke out in the White House that day. Zelensky brought up 2014 and what was happening in 2014.
Okay.
So if that's happened in 2014, the Crimea incident, that's Obama, right? How come Obama did not say something then and stop that from happening?
No,
Right?
no. When he brought up 2014, there was a question on the table, and he mentioned that he's been fighting them. He talking about Russia since 2014, and Trump said, "Oh, I wasn't there." Right?
Yeah,
Trump
right.
ended up saying he wasn't there.
That's not what he said, though. He said since 2014, in 2014 we had an agreement and Russia broke it, right?
Correct.
Yes, that was just said. I mean, talk about Russia. That's what I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is, though, no one asked a question to Obama. How come you let them break that deal, right? But all of a sudden you asking.
Okay, so we can answer. We can answer. So you're breaking up. Kuna, you're breaking up. Slow down. Go ahead.
2021 or 2022 was it? 2021, 2022, when the war broke out again, and they broke the ceasefire. They broke the agreement again. No one questioned Biden and said, "How come you let Russia break that agreement?" Right? But now you're asking Trump, who's trying to make an actual agreement and a long-term deal. How can we assure? That's the reason why the argument broke out, because you're like, you didn't ask those questions when those other presidents. Now you're asking me that question.
No, but think about this. Think about this. So what Zelensky was saying is, hey, we need some assurance before I sign this agreement. And he was saying that Russia has been, we had ceasefires in the past, and we're tired of going back and forth with him because he don't go by the terms. And he was saying, hey, now I'm sitting here with you. We would like you to back us so we can force him to hold back. He wasn't blaming us or our plans. So he was just saying we would like some assurance so we can rebuild our country and not to worry about coming in.
You have a echo.
Yeah. The problem is this, though, right? You don't ask that in public. You wait until that lunch afterwards to ask that question. The second thing is this, right? Sharon, me and you have a discussion. We and you have an argument, right? Don't you think the argument changes when a bunch of women are around or audiences around versus me and you have an argument in private?
Then why have the conversation?
You don't think people get heated when people have a conversation in public versus private?
You ask me for me personally, no.
Not you.
But for people that's trying to paint a narrative, yes.
Right. So this is a problem, right? So if me and AFR are having a discussion, right? We having a heated debate, right? And I say, "Yo, man, you owe me $5, right?" In the argument, right? If it's between me and him, it's like, "Yo, man, blah blah." All right, cool, I get it. But if I had that argument in front of Bomb Cherry between me and AFR, like, man, you owe me $5. Now it's a different story. Now it's like, "Yo, my guy, like, what you doing?" You know what I'm saying? Like, now you're gonna be in defensive stance.
So the problem with what you're saying is, I got you. You could go right after me, AFR. The real problem is so all he was trying to ask him, he said, this diplomacy that you are talking about never existed for Russia. It only existed on my side of things.
But that's also because there's a policy of not talking to Russia.
So that's fine. But he just stating a fact of what happened. more than once, more than twice. It happened at least 3 times. And so before, maybe they was not willing to give up the mineral rights that they are willing to give up now. So he's saying, I'm giving you something. Before, we wasn't willing to give up because it wasn't the way boots on the ground how it is today. Today is on a whole nother level of boots on the ground. Right. So he said, we are willing to give you our mineral rights for however long that is. But while we give you all of this, we losing by giving you mineral rights. We also want something because we are giving you something that we never gave before.
But we also been giving them money before with in return.
Equipment.
So
okay. Go ahead. AFR. Okay. All right.
The problem with the mineral rights thing is the mineral rights thing isn't a, oh man, I give you something, you give me something back. No, the mineral rights thing is you owe me money. This is what you're gonna give me.
That's not how it works.
That's not how that works.
That's not how it works. You don't come back at the back end.
We could deal with that part as well. That's not how that works. But I want AFR to get his thought out, and then we're gonna address Cool Nerd's version of I give you something, you give me something. Go ahead.
Hey, well, for one, shout out to Cool Nerd with those facts she was spitting in the background. So salute to you, brother. One thing I'll say is, Bomb Cherry, I have been watching this conflict literally since 2012, like before 2014. Like because I'm just into geopolitics. I'm just into that or whatever. And the thing about that is we have to understand American institutions were intervening in the Ukrainian situation way before the 2014. And where the rub is, because I'm trying to tell y'all where this all started, so we can get on the same page. It's because the Ukrainian people, unfortunately, were not given a choice between turning towards Europe and turning towards or back to Russia or being in their sphere of influence. It was both sides of the world that went and intervened. Yeah, Russia had a part in that too, to where it was artificial. Because the thing about it, people saying, oh, we want to be in the EU and all that stuff, those people existed. But we have to also remember the CIA and institutions like USAID were funneling money into these places so people can protest and say, hey, no, we want to be a part of the EU, screw Russia, whatever. So we can't just say, oh, those people just got tired of Russia and they just started rebelling. Like, no, there were both sides trying to push the people of Ukraine to make reforms so they can turn to one side or the other. So that's when the conflict happened. The Maidan happened, and then the Western back part of that government got power, okay? Because we saw the Nazis, because it's funny how y'all caping for this white supremacist nation, even though y'all say y'all don't like white supremacists. And the proof I say is see how they treated Africans after the war started, and also the proliferation of Nazi ideology all throughout Ukraine, paid for by U.S. taxpayer money. So I'm gonna land. So fast forward to 2014, and after that, where we, like I said, we had intervention, and then when Russia decided to react to that, they said, okay, we're going to take Crimea, because not only are there anti-Russian and ethnic strife happening because Ukraine passed laws that literally said people cannot speak Russian in a country that literally mostly speaks Russian. And then so they said, and they gave them the excuse to say, we're trying to protect Russian ethnic people, so we're going to take Crimea because of our military assets. And also they had a 99-year naval deal to keep their naval ports there in Sevastopol, and other people try to renege on that, and so they reacted. And I don't blame Russia. Go ahead.
I know. Okay. So who are the Ukrainians to Russia? Because you say you got involved in 2012, 2014. Russian is here, Ukrainian. Are they related to each other?
Yes, they're very closely related.
They are each other, right? When the
Pretty
wall
much.
went down,
There's slight differences, slight historical differences, but they're still
it was a part of USSR, so they're the same people.
They're the same people. They the same actual people, like when your family went to Mississippi or something like that, and they just there. That's what these people are. They the same people. So they, when the wall went down, there was a group of people who just went in this certain area. That's why Putin wanted it back. He's like, hey, that used to be ours. We come and take it back. but you know, they had established themselves. So some of the things you said, I'm not saying you incorrect fully. I'm just saying that that's none of our business. That's why you didn't know what we just told you, right? And if they having a fight, okay, cool. But if we can find a benefit to the U.S., see, because I'm shocked at some of what y'all saying. If we find that Zelensky is there, he's willing to talk, become a part of us. Ooh, we could set up some posts right there by Russia. So if they do start to, put some warheads in the air, we can take them out even before they get anywhere close to anywhere. You saying that you don't think we should take that advantage? We shouldn't talk to them and have
You're
them
advocating for nuclear war, bomb juice.
No, I'm not. First of all, there will be no nuclear war. You understand if there's nuclear war, like you said, they know that if they put something in the air, we're gonna put something in the air. Everybody gonna be putting something in the air. That will be the end of humanity, basically. Nobody's just gonna let it come in the air and just say, okay, no, we're gonna shoot. So that is far in between. We probably don't have to worry about that, right?
Okay, and also I think another thing that is important is over there, the things that's being said over there is completely different from how we recognize it as well, right? The excuse Putin has for invading Crimea is because supposedly they had some kind of fascist organization over there, and the Ukrainians voted that they wanted to be a part of Russia, and this is why the whole conflict happened. But the problem is nobody know who is actually telling the truth. The Ukrainians don't actually know.
I can tell you
if the vote was for real, and the Russians don't know if the vote was for real. And this is where the real situation is stemming from as well. I also want to I know you could tell me, right, for man, hold on. Planet Fitness with the $5. They got us convinced not to ask presidents to focus solely on our problems. Meanwhile, we worry about others. Fuck them people. Fix what you owe us. And also, I'm not sure where we at with the likes, but it's still disrespectful. It's crazy to me that we can't get to 200 likes. We got to hit the share button. We got to hit the like button. We got to support our own human beings that we enjoy. If y'all believe that this is a conversation that's not an echo chamber and we have multiple different ideas and we clash and we could formulate some thoughts, you have to be a part of the show by hitting the like and the share button. That's the only way. It doesn't matter if you agree with me or you agree with Rifleman, right? Because me and Rifleman are on two different sides of the point, but guess what? We both getting our thoughts out, right? And so, but
that's right. He's supporting the white supremacist Ukrainians.
Right. So it doesn't matter which side that we're on a coin, but we got to get these conversations out so we get more and more people to get involved so we can start to get closer to one accord, at least on one problem. I also want to get our Realize TV in there as well. Would you like to talk on this part of the conversation or you want to wait a little bit, Realize TV? I'm not sure if you get. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Bob.
I want to mention where Cool Nerd said that they owe us the minerals, and so I only owe you something if when we make a deal, you let me know ahead of time. I don't owe you. Can't come back later and say we gave you all of this, that, and the third, so we want the mineral rights after the fact. Now, Zelensky, when the mineral rights was brought up, he was like, sure. Yeah, sure. That sounds like a great idea. He came over to sign the rights, to give us the mineral rights. In fact, it's a benefit to him, right? Because if we have something invested in that territory, then we're going to defend it, right? So, yes, he thought that was a great idea. So he was there to sign, and he just wanted to make sure that when they go with the U.S. going to be there at the table to give him the upper hand. And so that's what he was saying. But Trump was like, I need you to kiss Putin's ass. You know, that's what that argument was about that day. Yes, when he looked at him and said, look, he got hate in his heart. He wanted him to say something nice about the man who ran into this country and killed his people.
No, that's not exactly.
Oh my God. Okay.
The problem is because the argument did not start until he started saying security measures, right? And securities for this. And the problem is that was supposed to be in a separate deal, and they were supposed to talk about that later. And instead, you're going to talk about it now in public, in front of the media, where you can't necessarily say everything you're supposed to say in front of the media, right? So now you're going to get in an argument because you're bringing up stuff that has nothing to do with that thing you're supposed to sign today. You're supposed to sign that today, and then when you do the lunch afterwards, you can talk about, hey, so okay, what kind of securities do we have about this? That's when you start talking about it.
No, I have
I
not.
So
just-
he was trying.
Wait. Okay, because I'm just help me to understand this narrative. We are acknowledging that he came to America, and we are going to acknowledge that the media was there at the request of the president. And if the vice president did not have the temperament, he should have held on. If you go back, AFR, my love, and I don't know if Sharon will do it or not, but if we pull it up and go to right around minute 41, I think a lot of things got lost in translation. I know that he speaks English. I think he should have had an interpreter there. And we kind of, if you watch it on C-SPAN, you can see where they kind of went back and forth. And I think the rub was when he said, you have this big ocean that's separating you, but you will feel influence. I think what he was trying to say is like, I get what you're saying, but every time we've tried to do this, this man has followed and broken these treaties, right? So he's saying, I'll do the mineral rights. Let's just please write something down that when we go and negotiate, it will be me, you, and Putin. We're going to have a good faith conversation. We all want this to end. The way that it was handled was so aggressive that even if they were right, as American being the bigger statesman, there is a way to disagree and not look like a bully. Because what we looked like, it almost looked mafia-like. Like, oh, you need some help? Okay, well, I'm going to come over here, but you're going to give me them land rights. And on top of that, you're going to go ahead and tell my boy, you know, my boy that you don't really fuck with, tell him he good. Tell him that's what's up. You know, all you got to do is just step. I know him. He broke the rules with everybody else, but not me. That's my guy. Trust me. And he was like, is you serious? No. And that back and forth was like, whoa, wait a minute.
So why was that?
Was it a back and forth? Because they wouldn't even let Zelensky speak. He kept trying to explain. He knows that there's a barrier between the languages. And he did have an interpreter, but he didn't get a chance to really say anything or ask. They didn't already comment to this man on why he dressed the way he dressed, right? They're making it seem like he can't wear a suit. He says he's dressing the way he dressed. He's at war. This man is literally, his people are dying. They are at war. Why would he come dressed and go play?
So that means he still can't wear a suit. I don't know.
Yeah,
What that means.
That's what he has put
It's an
forward to his
excuse, but
people.
okay.
What do you mean? That's what he
Can I?
believes.
Okay, can I?
If their culture is that way, so now we're gonna enforce our culture on him.
Okay.
Sure.
So that's ridiculous. Y'all come up with anything.
Yeah, but sure.
Well,
But
can I answer? Because I'm.
No,
Go ahead, cool nerd. Sorry.
the problem is this, Tiff. The argument did not start when he started saying you're going to feel the influence, because the argument was already in the middle of the argument. The argument started when he started bringing up the security assurances. That's when the argument started, and that was supposed to be in a separate deal. What they said weeks ago, it was good. This is going to be in phases. That's going to be in a separate deal, and you're supposed to discuss that separate deal in private.
Oh wait, so a separate deal. So he come to sign something today, but Trump was not gonna give him no promises because so that got to be a separate deal because he said that's what he wanted. He wanted the media. He want everybody to know because they're accusing him of stealing money, taking weapons and selling it. They've been accusing this man of all kinds of things.
They were
right. So if he's saying I want everything to be out in the open,
there's a reason why Hunter Biden was pardoned.
Oh, please.
There's a reason for that.
I'm like, please. But let's just say
the reason it didn't happen. Okay, gotcha.
And cool nerd. This man hasn't worn a suit since the war started. And if you see him, hold on. If you see him, he typically wears the same thing. It's like a little sweater or and like some slacks. He always has the same thing on, and it is because he's saying, I am at war. I'm here for my people. He didn't come here for a photo op. And he even said like that, we're talking about people's lives. If he was even willing to step down and said like, if you're going to give an agreement and I have to step down, I will do that. At the end of this, we've got to just say this man is not here to try to get all his people are dying. He had a visceral reaction to somebody saying like, if I come in your house, put my shoes all on your couch and be calling your kids and your wife, you mine. And then I say, well, why don't you like the people that stole your house and is violating your wife? They're really good people.
Can I get in here? All right, number one, his whole get up is a PR thing, which is fine. I mean, information warfare, I get it. He's doing that because he's an actor, so he understands how people react to certain stimuli. Okay,
Like Trump.
So he understood that if he did, and he took a lot of inspiration from like people like Churchill and all that. So he's doing the whole wartime leader thing. But at the end of the day, it's not unprecedented for a wartime leader to wear nice clothes and go to other countries and say, hey, you're my allies, or I'm looking for support, or whatever. People want to send their best. Please don't interrupt me. I've been very quiet. I haven't interrupted nobody. People will always send their best representative to get the best outcome. That's why we have diplomacy. So I just really don't understand how it's too much for him to wear a suit for the one guarantee of their freedom. And then I do want to move on too, because
before you move on, so before you move on, please, because it's kind of important. The whole reason why the mustache man, right, have that mustache. Do you know why?
Why my mustache or
No.
another mustache man?
Yeah, the other mustache man, the one that do the salute, and he, you know.
Oh, a lot of people are saluting these days, so I don't know who you're talking about. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I know what you're saying. Sorry.
Okay, so now do we understand why he wore that mustache the way how he did? Do anybody know?
No.
All right, so the reason why he wore that mustache is because it was a part of his community. It represented the workers of his community. It represented the normal, regular man. So even though he was all fancied up with his military suits on, he had the mustache, so this way he could say, I'm representing the people. And so this is what Zelensky was doing as well, by dressing down and saying, like, listen, my people are at war. He felt like it would be disrespectful to go to America like he looked like he's on a fucking vacation, by putting on this business suit when he is there for the people to get resources and help for his people that is at war. So he's wanted to look dressed down, ready for war still, because he's representing his people.
He's never shot a gun in his life.
Yes, he was out there. Him and his wife, it was actively warring, right? He did have the gun in his hand.
I mean, he was like, send me more ammunition, don't evacuate me from like, Kiev and stuff. Like, he's did a couple like little PR stunts like that. But Zelensky's an actor. He's not a fighter, which is fine. I mean, that doesn't, but it's just like,
you mean like Trump?
Huh?
Trump is the actor.
Well, I mean, Trump took a bullet to the face, so that's a fighter to me.
To the face.
All right, can we talk, please? This is ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
What kind of great mythology?
Absolutely ridiculous. I think this is absolutely
None of that.
ridiculous.
I don't care about none of that.
And wore or didn't wear, at the end of the day, people are worried about that too freaking much. At the end of the day, let's just get to what it's really about. You understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all.
I did want to talk about him not staying to the agreement y'all keep saying.
I'm not fucking done. I'm talking. Did I fucking interrupt you?
I apologize,
no, I didn't fucking interrupt you. So why the fuck you interrupted me?
I apologize, man.
Shut the fuck up. Thank you. Damn, now I will talk again later. Now I'm gonna interrupt your bitch ass. Go ahead, bitch. Go talk.
I apologize and told you to talk, ma'am.
All right, we are not gonna concentrate. We are not gonna concentrate. We're doing really good. I understand we're doing 3 hours of strong communication, and it's not easy. We are not gonna allow it to break down now. Absolutely not. Go ahead.
No, we straight.
Go ahead, Kuner. I believe Tiff wanted to jump in there. Anybody else that want to jump in on the topic? Go ahead.
I'm just trying to understand. What do y'all think he should have done?
Did you hear Tiff? I said cool nerd, then you.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Go ahead, cool nerd.
All I'm saying is that like I don't give a shit about none of that suit shit. That's whatever. I mean, yeah, that's small beans to me. My whole thing is this: like I think that we are typically just giving this country checks, giving them weapons, and now that shit ain't. Now it's just a little different. The mineral deal, I think, if you want to sign it, good. All right, whatever. I think we gotta look at it as we gotta at least we having a conversation about ending this shit. All right, no matter how it ends, and that shit was gonna happen if Kamala was in office, and shit didn't happen during Biden's office. They were just gonna keep on giving them money, and they were gonna keep on making their money. How they made their money off of this deal, right? So we gotta look at it and say, hey, we're, at least at the very least, he's bringing both sides to the table, which has not been done. In the past, we just saying, oh, Putin's the enemy, and we're not gonna talk to him, right? I think it's a good idea that we say, hey, let's have a conversation about how we can end this, and maybe we could even change the relationship eventually over time.
Okay. So I just want to say, when you say that we need to talk to him, and then he came to America, I forgot what they called it, right? They called it something with him and Trump, and then he gave Trump a gift, and then in that gift was a recording, a camera, and everything, and it sat in the Oval Office. That is a sign of friendship, trust. Some of y'all don't know that happened. Well, yeah, I forget what the name of that was. When he asked him, "Did you interfere in our election?" Even though the CIA told President Trump, right, that yes, this is what these people have done. Don't trust them. Be very careful. And Trump said, "No, I believe him over his own country." And then y'all want us to believe Trump. Trump don't even trust his own people. Go ahead. I think it was Tiff's turn.
I'll be real quick. I did want to say two quick things. One from a while ago, because people kept saying that Putin doesn't stick to the agreements, even though nobody even knows what those agreements are. I'll give you one. The Minsk 2 agreement, which it was like in 2015, 2016, like before Trump got into office, where they signed the agreement to have more autonomy for the LPR, DPR. Those are the republics on the Russian border that have broken off from Ukraine that they're never getting back. But that's another story for another day. They had more autonomy for them. They were going to stop shooting at each other. There were several provisions in there where you can say Ukraine didn't stick to the agreement on some of those either. You can say like Russia didn't stick to it, but for somebody to be really, and I'm not going to say you're dishonest. Some people are just uninformed. Like both sides did not stick to that agreement. So I think it's, okay, can I finish? I'm gonna finish. Trust me. And so I just think that on that point, it's just unfair on that one. And then the second part about, I would say, what y'all were just talking about. Fucking drawing a blank. Shoot, what was I gonna say? I forgot what y'all were saying.
Why you think about it? Go ahead.
Tell me what you were saying a second ago.
I gotta remind you.
Bring people to the table.
Yeah, when he came.
Okay, with that. So the thing about that is the continuous thing, demonizing Russia, saying they're not a rational actor, whatever. At the end of the day, people have to stop this demonization because Russia didn't listen.
He's a murderer.
We have friends that don't have democracy, and we treat them as our friends. Let me just finish.
He's holding his own people hostage.
Can I finish? Just let me finish, please. Okay, thank you. So the thing is that we have to bring like this whole Russia's evil. We can't talk to them. That's the most destructive part about this whole thing, is that we have people in America brainwashed to think that Putin's just some Putin.
Yes, he's a dictator.
Instead of, but hold on. There's a reason why they very rarely interview Putin and have actual clips of what he says to the Russian people and on the international stage, and they never put that to the American public for consumption because they have to keep the thing alive that he's the most evil man, or he's the biggest antithesis to the West, and that's just not true.
All right, so hold on. So you saying? So hold on. Let me get this straight. So you saying that he is not the antithesis of the U.S.?
The Russians
the taste
have
out of your mouth. I'd like to see it.
They done got you, my brother. They said drop rifle. So it's $20 to bring American AFR back. So now I guess
I just want to say
I believe it was typical that we that
go ahead,
yep, she allowed everybody to
I'm just trying to process, like, is this like a generational thing? Because I'm like, I remember Ronald Reagan saying to Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Like, we were never taught that Russia was the, like, do these people know who the USS are and how they move? Like, do you understand that this? No. It's almost like when George Bush said, what, we don't negotiate with terrorists? Like, we do, but we don't. But this is very, I just want to understand, where is this alignment coming from with Russia? Like, what has Putin done for American citizens that y'all are going this hard for this person? Like, it's just, help me to understand it.
Well, they really going for Trump, and Trump is in Putin's pocket, right? They not looking, so they listen to everything Trump says, even though what Trump says comes out of Putin's mouth. And just like he just said, we don't get to see what Putin is doing and saying. No, the whole world does, right? When he killed someone who was actively running against him, he imprisoned them, and then he ended up poisoned while being in prison. And what was his crime? He wanted to run against him.
Right. Now, question: when have we ever in history cared about that?
A lot. We are humanity.
Only if it's
you know that. That's what we are for.
Only if we only care about that.
Only
if
you say that.
If we don't like them, that's the only time we care about that kind of shit. There's plenty of people we like who, if they did some shit like that, we don't give a fuck.
What do you mean?
I just listed you 20 dictators in the chat.
Oh, you put it in the back chat, right?
Crazy shit. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know what a dictator is, but okay. And
20, those are all dictators.
Okay, so but then you you went to Panama, you went all the way back, and we're talking about today.
Yeah,
when we sit with people and come up with deals, that's called diplomacy.
2000, y'all went back to 80s.
No, but I'm talking about diplomacy. Diplomacy, right?
Yeah. Have you read that book?
Huh?
Have you read that book by Henry Kissinger, who did a lot of these deals?
No.
Okay.
I know who he was, though.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a problem. This is a problem. We talk a lot of.
But are you against America? Are you saying? Because I'm a little confused in what because y'all like to mix up everything, right? Are you saying America is so bad because we were dealing with these people, and so now you?
No.
Well, what are you saying when you show me a list of dictators we dealt with? Yeah. What are you saying?
I'm saying that we don't have a problem with dictators, and quote unquote. We just have a problem with Russia, which is cool. Right? Yes. That's the problem we have. But we got to stop saying that we're cozying up to dictators. No, sometimes you need to have a negotiation to change what the relationship is. And if you haven't talked to somebody, if your policy is not to talk to somebody, just because then you can't change what's going on. You can't make
Putin. I don't think we're not against the Russian people, right? There's a difference between being against the Russian people and Putin, who is the dictator over Russia. So when Putin die or somebody end up coming in and taking that position from him, then I'm quite sure the world will be open to having conversations with them. But he has vowed to tear down America for one, and he's also vowed to, conquer.
So let me ask you a question.
Nothing wrong with conquering, and we're gonna make sure he don't conquer us, right?
Good point. And before you go, Aaron, Cloud House ENT with the $2. U.S. is the world's. Russia is about perspective. And also, I want to say, hey, look, I hear. I think this is a great conversation. But look, we are 49 likes away from hitting the goal.
Well,
Likes, shares. If you have 99 cents, you could put. We only got one. We got 11 minutes. Put it like that. Y'all better figure it out. 11 minutes. Support the show. Support Good Thought. It is what it is. I understand that. You know. You know. I get. People hate watch. That's fine. But even if you hate watching, you're gonna have to do something. You're gonna still have to participate within the hate. Yes, the dislikes are for free as well, recommend. Yes. So you can hit the dislike, you can hit the share button, you can hit the 99 cent super chat, all the way up to whatever you can afford. It don't matter. But for us to keep minding out these conversations and getting together and not just have echo chamber conversations, not just having dick and pussy conversations, we're gonna have to support these kind of conversations. It is. Y'all got a few minutes. Y'all figure out. It is what it is.
So
Sharon, if they like it, can we talk about the EU and how they came together? And if nothing else, it was kind of nice to see the Europeans, you know, kind of rally behind him.
I don't care about no EU. Listen, I'm gonna ask you a question though, Sharon. Me and you, we got beef, right? Me and you got beef, right? And I say I'm never talking to Sharon. You say I'm never talking to Aaron, right? Are we ever going to resolve that beef by saying that? Or if we have beef, but we're able to sit down together and talk, and then maybe we can. There's a possibility to resolve that.
It's a possibility to resolve that,
right? But can you resolve it if you don't talk to each other?
But no, you cannot. However, he said he spoke to him many times. He said it literally on the damn debate. Cool. He said I spoke to him. He said we constructed a deal in 2021 where my other constituents say he is not going to honor the ceasefire. He said they didn't believe me. I was like, no, he's going to honor his word, and he still didn't do the ceasefire. This is all the man was saying. Like I tried it that way is what the man is saying. He said he tried it. And so let me read some of these super chats while we got them. Crusty, extra salty, Rico with the 199. Elon is a nigga auditor. Making shit up. God damn. Judge my 4 cents. Kamala Harris lost the election. Get over it. God damn it. I believe I read this one, but I'll do it again. They got us convinced not to ask presidents to focus solely on our problems. Meanwhile, we worry about others. Fuck them people. Fix what you owe us. God damn it. I think I read this one too. Miss Jalen, let's light up this chat with super chaps, all cash apps. I don't mind it because it made the vagina go whoop whoop. At Grace Enterprise. And we got HQ Reacts. What's up, beautiful? When you got people defending Rump's love's affair with dictators, we in trouble.
That's facts.
Mm.
So let me answer. Cool Nerd asked the question. I'm gonna ask him the same question, just a little bit, tad bit different. So if you and Sharon, y'all decide that y'all hate each other, right? And that's reason being because Sharon killed your people. He killed your brother. Now, will you ever sit down and have a conversation so you can forgive it?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. The unrealistic, where most of us not doing that. If somebody killed my brother, my mother, my peoples, I'm not willing to sit down at the table unless it will save the rest of my people, which Zelensky did talk to him. Like he said, when he went into office, the people before him say, hey, don't make no deals with him. He's not trustworthy. He said, I'm going to give it a try. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And he gave it a try, and he did the same thing to Zelensky as he did to the others before.
But see, the problem is this, right? I'm not talking about what Zelensky and Russia did. I'm talking about between my president, who is the president of the United States, whether it's Obama, Trump, Biden, I don't care. Whoever the president of the United States is, we gotta be able to have a conversation with Russia because we got to beef with them too, right? So our beef with them, we got to resolve that, right? And you can't, and this goes for North Korea as well. All these, we got to have conversations. And the problem is we always talk about how we can't have these conversations. You're getting demonized in these debates about having conversations with people who are enemies.
What the hell you got going on over there, Aaron?
And you got to
fucked up.
Damn,
That
that sounds
background.
crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know where you young men come from, where y'all believe that everybody got to be friends. You got to give people chance up the chin, and y'all got to work shit out. You know, there's a such thing as just saying agreeing to disagree. You can even hate each other, but just walk away from each other, right? That is an option.
Oh, yeah, no one says it's not an option.
And,
But
also the idea
you spending $300 billion on that disagreement, and plus more depending on if we count other interactions we've had. But for this particular interaction, we talking about $300 billion. I think we need to have a conversation to make sure that
the amount keep changing, and then y'all keep talking about cash, right? So we know it was old equipment that we wasn't using. We left that amount and more sitting in Afghanistan
right.
in equipment, right? We left helicopters and all kinds of shit just right there.
Yep.
Some of the shit we just blew it up. Like fuck it, we can't take it back, blow it up.
Yep. And I'm okay. Either way it goes, that means we're irresponsible with that money. We're trying to be responsible now, right?
No. So what we're saying. So what we're saying is that like to bring up that fact is not really relevant. Just like AFR bring up the fact that so now Ukraine, y'all all think Ukraine is righteous. Nobody's saying that Ukraine is righteous place, or they didn't disrespect black folks and not, or whatever the case is, whatever they did. We are not saying that. I'll get that straight. We just talking about what we seen on that day and what we supposed to be representing. If they are part of our allies, we're supposed to represent our allies, not represent the person that is the ops.
I don't think
they got a lot of black people in Russia. Y'all think that the black people in Russia get treated greatly or something?
Hold up. I don't think necessarily that he was propping them up. I think what he was doing is buttering them up to make sure he can come to the negotiating table. Because if we just say Putin ain't shit, and you just say he ain't shit, then he ain't gonna come to what? Is he gonna come to the negotiating table? No.
Yeah.
Come on, please stop. Why are we doing this? We already know as Americans, if you come and you mess with us, we don't give a damn what we do. When 9/11 happened, we flew them planes over there so fast, we didn't give a fuck what child was done. When America goes to war, we are very nasty because it's war. But when we go to war, what you don't have to do is say, hey, we know we just dropped a bunch of bombs on us. Now, hey, let's just be friends and talk this out. No, he has a visceral reaction for a reason.
No, we're not talking about him. I'm talking about us.
What about us?
All right, so I guess that the question is that they want to know, do you believe Russia is a opposition to America? Cool nerd.
Yeah, I definitely think he's an opposition, but we got to talk to him. That doesn't mean you don't talk to them.
You do not have to negotiate with terrorists, and that is the issue. And I'm telling you, this whole generation, y'all let people say things that are absolute lies. When you start wait. When you're like, hey, no, that's not true. Oh, well, just let them say it. No, it's a lie. And now you're going to have people out here believing lies. And because you have such a mix of misinformation, I don't think you're doing it like willingly. But I'm saying, like, it's just the things that you say, it sounds very it's concerning because it's like, no, he is a war criminal. He has never liked America. He will never like America.
He is a war criminal.
He's
so somebody wait, Trump. I'm sorry. Can you put that comment that was up before that? Sharon?
It's kind of
when they claim they know some black people in Russia.
And it's not as bad, right?
Right. But what do they expect people in Russia to say when they look at all their internet? They control all their internet. I know some white people moved over to Russia when Trump got out of office in 2020. And man, if y'all would have followed them people, they were like, we leaving America, we going to Russia. They sold their farm and went over there, and them people took their money through the bank. They held their money and they got on the internet, on their channel, and started talking about it. And the very next day, they apologized because they would have been shot while they was over there. Okay, you can't just say anything. They don't have the rights we have.
There is no dissent. There is no
If
dissent.
and if y'all want me to, I could just get somebody that speaks Russian to tell y'all what's going on over there. I don't know.
Please, we would love it.
I can get somebody that actually speaks the language and deal with people in that language to this day. Know people that live over there and have conversations with them to this day. But I get it that we kind of get caught up in the optics of everything. I get it. So that's why it
Are the
seems
lights
like,
looking better, Sharon? In this,
because we only got a few more minutes before y'all get it together. The likes is not there. We still need 40 more likes. So we had 10 likes from before. So we got we only got 3 super chats in that time. We got 0 likes, 0 shares. We got 10 likes, 0 shares, 3 super chats. Hey, they don't want to support opposition conversations. I don't know.
If y'all watching from my share, right? If you're my peoples and you follow me from Facebook or wherever, just hit the like button. You might not think you like anybody, but hit the like or the unlike. It still counts, okay?
Mm-hmm. We got people from Fighter Complex channel as well. Yaka, yeah, and also it's not just supporting me; it's supporting all the channels that is sharing the live as well, right? So if you on Fighter side and you super chat him as well, he's gonna get that. So it's not like it's just about supporting me; it's about supporting us and the people that's willing to have these conversations. It ain't just about me per se. As other people sharing the stream and they have people watching it as well. So again, so if Danny feel like it's a grift, then Danny, you don't have to be here. That's fine. You on Fighter side, I believe. Hey, you feel like that I'm grifting because I want to have a conversation. That's insane. But this is what people do. Instead of going ahead and just hitting that, because all I asked for in the beginning was likes and shares. But that's still grifting. I'm grifting for likes and shares, people. JR Boxing, $9.99. Keep the party. I'm enjoying listening to the conversation. Points are being made on both sides. Salute to you, Sharon. Appreciate you. My support of the channel. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Because people would try to discredit me and say that I'm grifting because they think I'm supposed to do, we ain't supposed to support one another. They have an issue with just hitting a like and a share button, which is crazy to me. Asking for likes and shares is grifting now.
No, I don't think.
I don't even know what I'm grifting at this point.
I don't think he was talking about
this is fucking crazy. HQ reacts with the $4.99. This is amazing. Danny O, read the room. Rump Rose is for himself. First, not America first. Ya Mas gets.
Magus.
Oh, yeah, Magus gets all dumb.
But Danny O said this is
okay, y'all maggots are dumb. Okay.
He wasn't saying anything negative to you. He said it's mind blowing how everything's been proven back to he's talking about Doge. He said the things that Elon has found is not true. He wasn't talking about you negatively. I haven't went all the way back up. No, Danny, we can read it. It's okay. But this is it. These are the things. So we can go back, we can read. I can say like, hey, you know what? It was a misunderstanding. Sharon can go back and look and we can keep it pushing because that's how we kind of work through difficult things. It'd be different. I'll be like, Sharon, yo dumbass, and you didn't read his comment right. And you know what? You ain't told us thank you all day. Why don't you tell us thank you for hitting the like button?
That's a good point. That was a good point, Tiff. Actually, very good. Because there's a bunch of people that did hit the like button, right? It's 170 people that hit the like button. I appreciate every last one of y'all. It is somebody that shared it. Bomb Cherry says she shared it, right? So I want to appreciate everybody that did do it as well, because I don't want to be like Zelensky and get caught up with not saying thank you.
You say thank you again. You kiss Bomb Cherry's feet and you tell Cool Nerd he is the smartest black man that you know. And
make sure you wear a suit.
You better take that damn t-shirt off. You disrespecting us with that t-shirt on. You ain't got no suits.
Hold on 1 second.
Don't provoke me to anger, or else you be in danger.
He's back.
Just
I am the
okay. Can I speak? Because I think it was either Happy or Topocracy. I don't know which one, but the person who literally said we don't negotiate with terrorists. Like Russia is on the UN Security Council. I know that might not mean anything to you, but that actually is important. Okay, you can't just say Russia's a terrorist state. They're this and that, because they, unfortunately, for these people that like to say these grandiose things about how evil Russia is, and mind you, I'm not here to defend Russia. I'm here to inject reality into the situation. I understand that you hate Russia. I don't hate Russia. I understand Russia. Okay, so I understand you think they're just this evil empire nation place or whatever. We have to actually grapple with the fact they are a rational actor on the world stage. Okay, they are responsible for part of the world's GDP, shipping lanes. Like, they can make the world a very unsafe place if they really wanted to. So this whole rhetoric about what they did in Ukraine or what they're doing in Ukraine, and that's why we have to like shut them off of the world and make them a pariah and make them pay and all this other stuff. Or also too,
Nobody said that.
people like, let me finish because I've been out of here for a minute.
We just said you're making up shit though. Go ahead.
That's fine. You say a lot of things that aren't true, so it's cool.
Okay.
So Sharon, you can get that person that speaks Russian to come here and tell people what they want to hear, like, Russia's the worst place in the world, because there's already like propaganda channels on YouTube here where they go around with people just trying to make Russia look as bad as possible, which they don't really need. Like, Russia already messes up things and how they govern themselves. Because before I got cut off last time, what I was trying to say is, it's not that Russia is this evil totalitarian state. It's that their relationship with democracy is way different from the West's relationship with democracy. They really don't understand or want to govern that way. Whether, like, now there are some high-minded Russians that can understand that concept or maybe want a democracy like European powers, but the vast majority of Russians maybe want European type like systems and things, but they really don't want to be them 100%. So like, Russia's never had this understanding of the government not being in charge of things or the government not being in control. That's always been a feature of the Russian way, whether you like it or not. And we have to negotiate them and be a partner with them and their own people. Listen, the Russian people can go overthrow. I'm gonna land. The Russian people can overthrow the Russian government. Like, they've already, they make their voices known. Yes, they make their voices known. What happened in the 90s? Hold on. What happened in the 90s? What happened in the 90s with Gorbachev and dudes like that? People went out in the streets when the military junta tried to form. What happened? They used the democratic process, say, get out in the street and protest. Don't let the military do this. And what did the Russian people do? They did that. And so if it wasn't for that, Russia would have been in control of the military for the last like 40-something years. So I don't really understand why people think Russia is just this evil place. And like, I don't know. It's just like, people have a really warped view and cartoonish view of Russia.
You have
so right. So he making up shit, right? Because first of all, the first thing I said, we're not against the Russian people. We said we're against their leader right now, Putin. That's a difference, right? A big difference. And I even say, when he's out of there, however they get him out of there, then yes, they're gonna be everybody around the world gonna want to sit with him and have conversations. But those people, when they stand up, they end up in jail and nobody sees them again. Okay, they end up killed. I mentioned the person who was running. He had to run from the country. He was in another country, mentioning that he gonna run against Putin. I'm gonna run against Putin, and he had to go back. Something happened where he had to go back, and they imprisoned him, and then he died of poison.
In the jailhouse. I remember that. I think they'll have a different association. I think that, again, there's some naivety. And I think sometimes when we go for so long in peaceful states, I wonder if we're taking a lot of stuff for granted. Because the way that we're speaking,
I grew up during the Cold War, right?
AFR. I am saying
I'm like 40 years old. I remember those days.
Oh Lord.
Sorry, I apologize, ma'am. Go ahead.
okay. I am just saying everybody's got to be good citizens of the world. I don't have to agree with Putin, and I'm not going to act up like I'm geeked up for Ukraine, because I remember when those people got invaded and those African students were trying to get out of the country, and they made those kids walk for miles to be able to get out. And then it took all kinds of trying to work with other countries to get those kids out of there. So I'm not going to act like I'm not Black and I don't understand that them people is not giving, hey, Black Americans, come over here, because that ain't what's happening. I also am not foolish enough to understand that they done spent all kind of money on this country, and that's because I believe the citizens look like what they want America to look like, very white. All I'm going to say is, can we please, let's just be honest. You've given some pretty interesting information, and I'm willing to go back and
I thought you didn't like Africans.
Stop reading the chat, by the way. HQ reaction to 499. The goofy
I don't have a problem
dude.
with Africans. I have a problem with Africans that try to tell Americans what to
He
do.
know what
That's
I'm
when
talking
you lose
about.
it.
He know what I'm talking about. HQ reacts. The goofy army dude is the goofy army dude. We got Black men defending a war criminal against his own people on this panel. The goofy army guy.
Okay.
They love me. I just challenge their
my screen?
conventions.
Can we share my screen? Because this dude said something that is
Lord.
the most ridiculous thing.
Oh,
He
Lord.
said he was born during the Cold War. That's what he said.
That's what he said. I thought I was gonna let it go. I was like, I'm not gonna,
What? I'm an
maybe
80s baby. I remember when people were like, "Screw Russia, they suck."
when was the Cold War?
I came up here to say exactly that, Sharon. Like, that's fucking
It was in the
insane,
50s
bro.
to the 90s.
No,
early 2000s.
Well, it should be on the screen. It should say 1945, right? And even the ladies was be in the 70s. You didn't say you were born in the goddamn 80s. And so y'all got to stop making up things. It's ridiculous, baby.
When did the Cold War end?
The Cold War went into like the damn near the 90s. Because when did the wall come down?
That's when
did the wall come down?
So that's when you got that's when you got taught it in school. You got taught about the Cold War in the 90s.
No, it ended in 92.
It hasn't technically ended. But
right. Technically, it's still going on. That's why.
No, actually, no. It is a new Cold War, but it's with China
right now. It is okay. But when it was the height of the Cold War, as we know it, the things that we study, we do not study what happened last year, right? We do not study what happened in 1990 when we talk about the Cold War.
So Russia being in charge, still being in charge of half of Germany, is not the Cold War.
AFR, you are telling me this, that when you was learning about the Cold War in school, they was talking about 1990.
Well, and when I was in
yes
school,
or no,
and I did
before you explain, just yes or no first, and then you give me your answer.
Okay, what's the question again?
Was they teach you about the Cold War in 1990?
Yes.
How they was teaching you about the 90s if you was in there you say you're born in the 80s. Okay, so you went, it depends on what grade you're talking about. And they was telling you about the 90s in the 90s?
No. They were the Cold War is a span of time, okay? And they were telling us about like after World War II when they had half of Germany. It started from there and until the wall came down. So they told us about that in between.
It ended in 91.
Yeah,
that's when the Soviet Union dissolved.
So if he was born in the 80s,
they're
how was he born in the Cold War?
Right. So that's what. Wait, so that means you didn't really go through it because you was a baby. You was born in 19 what?
In the early 80s, but the thing about it is, like
so
I remember the sentiment, like
so 1991 when it ended. That's not you going through it and living through it.
That exactly. Yeah, that's
And that's what the
because the way that you phrased it, you may not realize it because you'll start off good and then everybody throw you off. But the way you phrased it made it sound like you was like alive when the Cold War was active and like at the height of like I was there in the Cold War. Like that's how you came off.
I was
I
getting,
got
I
you.
was getting, I had to import my
like I get what
chicken
you're saying, but I'm just like, bruh, like yeah, man.
I got you.
Y'all don't understand how difficult it was for me to get wheat and eggs. Please don't know he was wilding with that
Benjamin
one.
Buttons is going on. You reverse aging because houseway.
He said,
I got a little gray.
That's the mustache of youth right there, bro. I feel it, man. Keep it going.
That makes you look young.
He said I didn't even use green money. I was using that brown and monopoly looking money. We called that food stamps back in the days. It was before the EBT.
He had to walk 5 miles in the rain and the snow and the
when it was actually when you actually was ashamed to use food stamps. You used to try to go at certain times of day where everybody wasn't there. Now everybody proud of the EBT. Goddamn.
Hey, but before it was like paper. When it was paper food stamps.
This is what I use for money.
Was that a silver coin?
That's a quarter. Or is
That's
that
a 50 cent.
Yeah, that's what they were. Yeah, when I was trading, this was 25 cents.
And what is it now?
I mean, it's a silver ounce, 1 ounce.
And how much is that silver ounce? Is what I'm asking.
Now they're like damn near worth like $50.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, this is like from the U.S.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Wait, that's a $50?
This one is from 2019.
No, she asks, is it a silver dollar? That's what she wants to know.
Yeah, it's a silver dollar.
And if you spend it right now, that'd be stupid because it's worth $50 at least. So
I bought this for
a pawn shop and try to get $30.
I got this for like $25 or $28 in like 2019. Okay. And it's worth like damn near 50 now.
Wait, so okay, guys, with the $50, right? So how much is the $50 coin worth?
I have no idea.
He's just talking about because they don't make coins in silver anymore. So
right.
So that's what he's referring to. A lot of coins is not made in silver.
Well, the U.S. mint silver, but that's about it.
Right. So just like even the U.S. penny is only worth 9 cents in circulation, but it costs 3 cents to make, right? Because the copper is actually worth more.
Well, our great president has brought that to an end.
So no more pennies is going to be in circulation.
We don't need them.
Yeah,
wait
until we get our financial situation in order.
We do need the pennies,
aren't worth anything.
No, we don't. They're not worth anything, and also we're spending more money making them than what they're worth.
Sharon, okay, so now, but the actual $50 is worth how much right now?
It's worth 50 cents, but the one that used to be made in silver is worth more than that.
Okay, the one that was made in silver is how much? The $50.
It's probably like $30. Something like that.
Yeah. But he's talking about Trump did this and that. Trump be taking credit for things that was already in motion before he got in. So with the penny and even with, so y'all be, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? It's going to go under him where it happened. Nothing's wrong with that. We are Americans. The only person who don't believe that we are Americans and should stand as Americans is Trump. He don't want to be everybody's president because that's why he said I hate saying that man name because it's over and over again. Zelensky, right? He said, and I don't think it was him who said it. I think it was his vice president who said, yeah, you was over there in November. Who was he speaking to? What was he speaking about when he mentioned that he did something in November?
Hey, can I say something about the Russia thing?
Yeah, but can we get the answer for that first from somebody, anybody? I don't care which one of y'all. I know some of y'all know.
It was October.
She did an event for Kamala, is what he said.
In October,
yes, he just sat there and had a conversation with him, right? So he and so instead of Trump saying I'm everybody's president, I'm gonna be everybody's president, he's telling California he's not gonna help them with this, that, and the third. Then he went in and drop some water that didn't help nobody. It's going to affect the farmers, right? Because that was there for their use in the summertime. So why won't he be everybody's president?
That's a good question. I don't know why. I don't have the answer for that. And if you do have a bucket of pennies, you're probably better off melting it down and selling it for the copper.
I'll buy you pennies for me, y'all, because I'll make some bullets or some sinkers or something.
Oh, you definitely can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? H Bob brought up something really good as far as him making English the official language. We've never had an official language because it was understood that we were a nation of many languages. And it was one of the things that kind of gave. You're shaking your head. You're shaking your head. We've never had
the Constitution is in English, ma'am.
What does that mean?
So, and listen,
the Declaration of Independence is in English.
Okay, that's fine. All of our history about America that's here is written in English. I think it was actually good that we put a language on it, so this way we can say, hey, you're gonna have to learn this language here, because when we go to other countries, we got to learn their language. So I think that is important. So the fact that if I go on a bus in Miami and I sit on it for the whole time, it's going to be in French, Creole, and then Spanish, and then English, is crazy to me.
Okay. So how about this, right?
But if those are your citizens and you're making modifications, especially if people are here as legal,
our citizens are supposed to speak English.
It's okay. Let her finish her thought, please.
Sorry, I apologize.
Go ahead, Tiff.
Anytime we start putting labels on things, especially languages, be very, very careful of the things that happen. It's going to start with English. It's going to end up another way. When we start to title things and label things, saying you need the capacity to be able to communicate is different. But you sitting up saying that this is our official language, it was a dog whistle. It was to say, all you little browns that's been coming over here, all you people that don't speak it, you're not going to be comfortable here. That's not going to work and change. Like, you can't. How are you an American and anti-immigrant?
So I can understand. So this is
that's a dishonest question. That's a dishonest question.
So this is what I say to that, because if somebody is willing to come over here and get a green card and do everything they can to be legally a part of here, but never learn the language, that means that they actually not really a citizen. They are taking the money that they make here and they sending it back home to where they actually believe that they're a part of. So I'm learning the English language. This is the reason why when you got to get your green card citizenship, they want you to learn American history so you could be a part of America, not take the money that you making here and send it somewhere else. That is not a good thing for our economy, that you make the money here and then send it to wherever you're from.
But the money that they're sending back, are these people not paying rent? Are they not buying groceries? Are they not shopping? Are they not?
Yes, they are paying taxes and they are contributing to bills and all those things, but you are not contributing to the economy because you're taking that money and building a house in wherever you get. You're taking that money
groceries isn't giving to the economy?
No.
Interesting.
Not when you spending more in your nation than in this nation. So if you take it from this nation, you spend it more in your original nation. That means that you're not really a part of this. You're just doing this here, taking until you can actually retire back home.
Can they do that even if they learn English?
They can. I'm not saying that that's gonna. I'm not necessarily saying that's gonna. I'm not saying that that's gonna be a certified deterrent. But at least it'll make them a little bit more inclined to be a part of the nation, because now you force them to learn the language. When they're not learning the language and they could survive 20 years in this country without ever learning the language, they are never really care about the U.S. at all. They just waiting for it. If it falls apart, they'll take their ass right back to where they are. They don't give a shit. Me, and everybody else that's on this panel, we have no choice but to deal with whatever shit that happens here.
One thing I'll say, can I just say this real quick? Say if somebody makes $50,000 a year and they end up sending about 25,000 or 30,000 of it back to another country throughout the year, and the rest of it gets spent here or kept here. That doesn't benefit us at all.
It doesn't.
Okay, I just want to say I still I get this whole making it our official language is just like a pacifier for those who are looking like for a problem, looking for an issue or whatever. And this is how I feel about it, because at the end of the day, it does not matter. I was born in New York. I was taught America was the great melting pot, especially they're coming through Manhattan. I mean, it does not matter. It changes absolutely nothing. I thought we wanted reparations. F the language. You could keep English. I've been speaking broken English all my life, and I'm great. Like, you understand what I'm saying? That does
No, because that
absolutely
don't have nothing to do with
No,
anything.
I'm not done. But okay, again, I'm just telling you how I feel about it.
Yeah,
I
but,
know
but
some
keep it to
people
the okay.
feel a different way.
Yeah,
I'm
stay
just
on
telling
stay
you,
on the
for
subject,
me,
please,
it
Happy.
does absolutely nothing.
Okay. Yes, AFR.
Happy. Listen, when people come here, they have to speak, not only speak the language, they have to understand that a certain culture contributed to this country in it being a certain way. Okay, there's a reason why we have the systems and the streets and the transportation systems, is because people came here and put skin in the game. They didn't come here in America as an
Listen, don't give me a
economic
history
zone
lesson.
or
I don't need
economic
anybody's
opportunity place.
history
This is a
lesson.
place
I
where
was
people
here
said,
with all you
I'm
guys on
going.
the same panel. Listen, I do not need a history lesson,
Yeah,
especially
and
from
guess what? I
nobody
grew up in
around
New
my
Jersey.
age. Sir,
Happy.
listen,
I
I
got the
don't need a
same
history lesson.
I
If you
got
don't
the
like what
same
I said, if you
lectures.
don't agree with it, that's
I got the
fine.
same
But I
lectures about
spoke
us
my
being
opinion.
a melting
I do
pot
not
and
need
us
a
being
history
a nation of
lesson.
immigrants.
I don't need a
I
history lesson.
got the
I
same
get it. And I
lectures.
heard
I was
everything you
talking
guys said
Happy and you're
and how
talking
you
over me,
feel about it.
but I
My
got the
thing is
same
this.
lectures about how
I
we're a
agree with
melting
you.
pot, and
And
that
I
was made
agree
by
that
an
people,
immigrant
that's just
that was
gonna
made.
give them
Well, I
the
was actually
ammo
not
to
done.
say,
So yeah,
go.
If
so
you would
yeah,
have let
y'all
me
not gonna.
finish, you'd be talking.
I don't need a history lesson from
Well,
you.
let me
We said
finish.
we got to
Happy.
go
If you would let
Let,
me
now.
let her
finish.
let her
You
let her
happy
answer,
out
let
your
her
mouth.
answer
Thank
the
you very
history,
much.
and then you
Because
go.
you're
Go
not
ahead,
happy,
Happy.
sir. I am.
Well, I didn't even get to finish what I was saying.
I understand. Get Happy.
Leave
You
happy
finished?
out.
You good, Happy? You good there, Happy?
Oh no, I'm great. Thanks.
Okay. So okay, go ahead, Rightful.
All right. So here's the thing. I got the same lectures about how we're a melting pot and how this is a nation of immigrants, which is semi-true. I'll give you that. That was made by a Jewish immigrant that happened to be a socialist, whatever. Um, and when people come here, they have to understand that the language is its people. Like, that's the majority. Like, yes, there were parts of the country during its founding where people were speaking German and other stuff, and even then, people were like, "No, this is an English type nation or whatever," and that's why we speak English. So that's always been a feature of America. Nobody is against immigrants or different people coming here. It's just we have to go through the legal process, because if we allow people that come here without being vetted, they set up parallel societies that compete with the dominant society that's legally here, that should not be getting competed with, and people are doing things that are contrary to the dominant culture that they should be
Siobhan.
adhering to.
Yes.
So
Okay,
the thing
great.
about it is,
Siobhan.
if they're here,
Great
Yes.
point.
ma'am,
Siobhan,
I'm about to
right?
land the plane. I'm about to land. Happy. I'm about to land the
Good for
plane.
you.
Please,
I'm
just give me
speaking to
20
Siobhan,
seconds.
not you.
Happy, can you give me 20 seconds and I will land the plane?
I don't give a fuck.
So,
Go ahead. Say what you're
okay,
gonna
hey,
say.
okay.
This is bullshit.
Well, thank you, Happy. I'm nobody's speaking over you. So, like,
You're not done. Go ahead.
so when people come here, they have to get with the culture, because it will destroy what we have here. Okay, we can't have people come here speaking a different language for 20 or 30 years. That stops the fabric of what makes us strong. So you can think we can come here and just leech off because it's better than where they came from. No, you have to like, literally, a lot of immigrants came here and immediately had to fight for this country. They had to either fight in World War II or they fought in the Civil War or something. They didn't just come here and just live well, and then that was the end of the story. They had skin in the game. A lot of these people don't have skin in the game. We're an economic zone to these people. And I land the plane.
Okay, again. Okay. It's not my fault your president let all these illegals come in and shit. Again, without going through the process, because I thought that was the process in place ever since I've been alive. I know that was the fucking process. Yes, they did have to learn American US of A history, and they did have to know enough English to pass these exams in order to become citizens of the US of A. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Or again, like I said in the beginning, I know my fucking history. Thank you very much. I didn't need any fucking history lessons from anybody to understand that, yes, that was the case, right? But until it wasn't, right? Until they just started letting everybody in. So you can't talk to Happy, talk to your freaking presidents and whatever other officials that had to do with that shit. Okay?
Well, my president is gonna let unvetted people in,
did
like
need
your
to know
president, like the
already
last
English,
one.
right? At least to a certain degree, right? They make you go take these courses and do all these things that you're supposed to go through in order to gain U.S. citizenship, right? So what the fudge? Like I said, so them just saying it plain out loud, oh my gosh, you need to know English, is now something it's always been that way. Like, just stop your crap. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's a little BS because it has to be an act through Congress. We should put it through Congress.
Read my name out your mouth. Thank
We
you very
need to
much,
put
sir.
it. We
I
need to
appreciate
actually
you.
pass this through
Yeah.
Congress instead of an executive order. That would be better. Make it an act of Congress.
Y'all really arguing about the English language right now. I'm enjoying it, man. This shit
Absolutely not. I told you I
crazy.
broken English, and I'm fine with it.
And I'm over.
It's the international language of business, and also that's what our founding
I'm
documents
about to
are
close the
using.
chat for AFR. He get too
You
much
know what these
information
people
from the
need to get
goddamn chat. I'm
mad
about to
about?
close the chat on.
They
God.
need to be mad
I'm not reading the
all
chat.
these
I haven't.
people
I haven't
always
read the chat in a
moving
while.
so
Seriously.
good, right? And play
Don't
all
read it. Don't read it.
many different languages,
Sharon,
and
I
not
see
one of
you.
them are
I see
English.
you.
I was
Where's
busy.
the outrage
I
for
was
that?
busy teasing tips somewhere
Everybody
else.
get to play all
But
their English shit and not even put that shit in English. But ours, we gotta put it in everybody fucking language though, right?
absolutely.
And we let them play all they shit, but not one of them shits is in English. Like, how dare they, right? But we let them get away with that shit, right? Get the fuck out
That's
of here.
right. Hey,
Where's the
listen.
Why would we
outrage
let
for that?
people in that can't read the
I
street
want to watch
signs?
that
Now,
motherfucking
hold on.
show
Let me
too.
ask AFR a question. Do you support Juan Valdez?
You
Juan
messy.
Valdez.
You
Who is that?
messy. You messy.
Who is that?
That is the angry man.
Oh, I don't know who he's beefing with. Like, is he beefing with? Because I heard he's beefing with like
I asked you, goddammit,
O'Shea.
are you support Juan Valdez? That's his
Well,
name.
I don't know what the nature of the beef is. I just know that they're beefing.
No, I'm asking you, do you support Juan Valdez?
Listen, I support the truth.
All right, then. So then, therefore, you don't have no argument with this goddamn English thing. Then HQ
Well, the thing about it is, hold on, because O'Shea has said a lot of dumb things.
I got
Sorry.
you. I was just teasing. I was just using you to tease somebody else. HQ reacts with the 999. VP Idiot talked about Penn to Zelensky. He went to Penn to attend an event to thank a plant who made ammunition for Ukraine. Had nothing to do with Biden or Harris. Idiocracy, idiocy runs rampant through that vice president.
Through HQ's mind.
Wow.
But let me ask Afro this, or even Bomb, anybody, when have we ever seen a VP like jump in the middle of something like that? Like, that's not standard procedure. And I think that's what
he's supposed to support the president.
One. Have you ever seen a time, and are you saying that this is America's process, that when the president is speaking with another president and they are talking about what they're going to roll out, that the VP jumps in, says something totally off topic? Like, we don't think that when he put in all the media, like, no, it was a hit. It was I guess they thought that they were like, it was a flex that doesn't look like a flex. We don't have to agree. Go ahead, Happy.
No, I said I agree with you. Haven't seen it, and it was totally uncalled for. Ridiculous.
Right. It just revved up too quick. Like I said, I've gone back and watched it over and over, and I see the part where he really, like the whole, you will feel it. Even I was like, wait, motherfucker, wait, what? But, however, I'm looking and I'm like, you can see he's literally trying to like process words, and his English is not his first language. I really believe and I hope going forward, any kind of negotiations he has with Americans, he should always do it through an interpreter. He should never, in good faith, come here and speak English. I'd be like, no habla English.
Yeah, that's
No.
ridiculous though. Okay, because he used words that meant what they meant, and just because we or you or whomever interpret the words the way you want it to. So when he's saying you are gonna feel something, right? Feel, and then he kept getting cut off, so he couldn't complete everything. You would, we as Americans will feel the influence, and we have felt the influence of Russia, right? So they wouldn't let him continue to speak and things like that. But to answer your question, you did ask a question. Oh yeah, in the whole time, and I've been here since, who was president? Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford.
Jesus.
I know some of y'all don't know. Yeah, Jesus.
Might as well be.
Gerald Ford. Some of y'all don't even know who that is because y'all, I don't hear anybody mention him, right? So that I remember going to school when he was president, right? Like I was in like kindergarten, first grade. But anyway, and so I've never seen that. They would have never shown anything like that. And then they were speaking to another president of another country as if he was some common person on the street. Right. It was supposed to be respect to a man. And then they knew that man was desperate. Because when Trump said you wouldn't even survived a certain amount of time, I think he said a month. And then he agreed and he said 3 days. Zelensky is the one who said 3 days. And then Trump was probably shocked that he agreed. And he said, probably less than that. Okay.
So let's check out his English. Let's see. Somebody just sent this to me. Let's see. This is when he went to Fox News right after.
Yeah, this was good.
Do you think your relationship with Donald Trump, President Trump, after today can be salvaged?
Can be. Yes.
That it shows that clearly he needs a translator.
You see?
Oh shit.
He had a translator. He had a translator there.
Okay, he wasn't able to actually. He wasn't able to. He wasn't able to do that while he was at the meeting with the. Man, that was.
I think he saw the error. I think he saw it, Sharon. Like he's probably in his mind, like thinking, "What the hell happened?" And then, like, if you go back,
you guys are just mad the VP supported the president. I just don't understand how you guys are mad.
We're not mad at that though.
Supported the president. I just don't understand.
That's not possible that you got
Zelensky was being insolent. He was being insolent. He was being insolent. Let's just be honest.
AFR, there's no way you could conclude that from the things that we said today. JR Box with the 499 says the VP wasn't supposed to be in that room at all. Right. Only the president and secretary of state, actually. That's what made it a shit show.
Right.
So
my theory is
doesn't have a place to talk to another head of state, the second in charge.
No,
that's crazy.
Yes, no.
They're typically not in that room. Typically not in that room.
Sometimes it just depends on the agenda,
I think
that's not fair.
I think that JV took advantage of a particular moment so that he could make a name for himself for the next running. Like, because the Republicans have nobody. They don't really have anybody. So I can see JV doing this a lot more going into the end of, Trump's term, because he needs to make a name for himself. He needs to put himself out there. He needs to establish himself from an image standpoint as, I guess, somebody just like Trump. So that's what I see.
Well, Mega don't like them. They don't like
boots. He's got to lick his boots because initially he said Trump was
JD Vance has grown on me. I actually like him.
He said some horrendous things about Donald Trump, and at this point, what he's doing is licking us so that he can.
I've said things about Donald Trump too.
I mean, that's what VP. Yeah, that's what the VP's supposed to do. They're supposed to. It's supposed to do that.
Yeah, but
maybe not in that way, but
And
he should have been in that room.
What we're seeing with JD is the mistake that they made with Kamala, right? They are correcting that mistake. They need if you really want the vice president to be president, you need to put him out there a little bit earlier so he can actually have a campaign while he's in office. And this
Correct.
is what they're doing with JD Vance by allowing him in certain places at the right time to have this bravado and push forward the whole new MAGA situation. There's a reason why he has a beard, for God's sakes. There's a reason why he has
weird, isn't
there's
it?
a reason why he have a woman that is not of
He
the
started-
same origin as him.
He started growing a beard before when he went for a Senate
part
run.
of the new version of MAGA.
Typically, you
This is
don't
what
have
he's
facial
supposed to
hair.
wear. This is why he's so much younger. This is why he is he also made money off of the tech world, the Silicon Valley world, all these things.
Yeah.
He was part of the new version of the Republican Party, which is the MAGA party. That is what they're attempting to do, and they learned.
That's an okay assessment, Sharon.
Man, I be cooking because I be yo, please don't know. They be trying to act like I don't be cooking. Yo, please don't know. I be cooking, bro.
Robin,
Well, let me- hey, Look, I don't mean to jump back to another topic. I don't mean to jump back to another topic.
But
Go ahead.
AFR, the question is, how did you
let
feel
Free Zone go,
about,
Bomb.
how did you feel about, okay, oh Lord have mercy, I'm not trying to cuss nobody out.
Uh-oh.
How did you feel about that dude with his son in there, and his son told him to shut the fuck up?
You're not even the president.
Elon Musk and his son. What did you feel about that?
I don't care. I don't care about that stuff. That doesn't mean anything. Why are y'all
That
talking?
don't mean nothing.
Because the kid was digging in his nose, digging boogers. What he was doing with kids. I don't.
But here's my point.
What does this have to do? What does this have to do with?
I'm about to tell you.
We're getting. Okay.
Well, I'm about to explain. See, everybody's not supposed to be in the Oval Office, right? Especially doing interviews and things like that, right? And so, because Elon was like, the president wasn't even talking, right? Elon was talking, and his son told the president to shh. His son shouldn't have been there, right? When did you see little kids doing interviews, being able to run around and do what they want? This is not presidential.
I mean,
what?
I mean, I can say. Well, I'll answer that. I can say, or we can say, it's like a little bit unconventional, but it's just like it was just a regular like conference. It wasn't like a high level with diplomat. Even though I think they have had a situation where they had a country where they were having high level conversations, and they had like kids with them and stuff. But I just don't understand if they're not truly being like overly disruptive the whole time. It was just like a little outburst some kids have. I don't really. It wasn't
telling an adult to shut the fuck up.
Well, he said, "Shut the fuck up."
He did. Yes. He said, "You need to go." Then he said, "Shh." Then he said, "You are not even the president." And you know what Donald Trump did? Had his little hands in that steeple, looking all around. And the reporters heard the little boy. Elon heard the little boy. It wasn't no correction given. And people are just like, now, wait a minute.
Wait, but you didn't say
he was supposed to. Hold on. Whoa. Let me get this right. Hold on. Let me get this right.
Hold on. Something first. Didn't that little boy tell him to shut the fuck up? Okay.
Oh,
he used the F word. They muted it out.
I got you.
Okay, just wanted to, because I think people be thinking I'm joking when I said shut the fuck up.
Okay. So let me get this straight. Okay, Bomb Cherry. So let me get this straight. The president of the United States was supposed to.
The child shouldn't have been in there.
What? He was supposed to cuss the kid out, or?
No, the child shouldn't have been there. Why are you confused with what I'm saying? I'm telling you that there was the Oval Office, and he shouldn't even been there. I have never seen any children in the Oval Office unless it was visiting of a certain age, and the people who live there, like Obama's children, and even when they there, they dress appropriate. They know how to act. You do that's a sacred area.
Yeah, he should have used Secret Service to whoop that little boy ass right in front of the whole American people.
So AFR, I think
y'all don't make no sense.
AFR, wait, you're asking like, what's the issue? And I think for a lot of us, those of us that have been parents, that child has said something that he's heard before. Many times children are parrots, like they parrot what we say. And the way that he said that, the fluency, you're not the president. Like, wait, oh, you done heard your father say this before. Because why would that just come out of anywhere? Like I just didn't even understand. That's a lot. That's a
that's
lot
some
for a
good
small
connection
child.
making, but it really doesn't. Like, I get that you want to make that connection really badly because
No,
people
I'm
have
not
been
trying to
just
make a bad
spewing
connection. Don't do
how,
that. It's just like,
President
no, no, no,
Musk.
no, 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 no.
People keep saying President Musk, President Musk. I get it, but it's just that doesn't make that
People
true.
are saying it because it's a reason. Because the way that it is looking, it looks as if he is the president and Trump is the first lady. You had a man in a cabinet meeting that literally was lording over people. You know, power plays. He had everybody sitting at that chair and he stood up. That's a power play. It's dominance. Is anybody
Here's the
having
name
any
calling.
issues that they want to talk about right now? Then he's going to like, nobody said anything. Because you know what it was? Just like they in Russia. You can't tell.
So, okay, so how is Elon Musk the president again? I keep hearing this, but I just haven't.
Is he getting all our information
I'll
and
tell you how.
fighting people?
Because HQ said with the 499, the non-friendly Ninja Party equals Republican Party equals Coon Jesus Party equals Goofy Army God Party. Enough said.
Hi, HQ.
Damn, this Negro like me.
Right. Okay.
It wasn't
So
talking about you, right? Okay.
this
Like, he keeps
and this
giving
is
this
the
nigga
thing,
cash
right?
apps just to say, you could just put a comment. You don't have to pay Sharon,
A
right? To like
child
say
of a
bad
different
things about
color.
me.
Matter of fact, where's your goddamn support, sir?
Now, if this
I
was a
gave
child
you
of
I
different
gave you
color,
like a donation like a year ago or something.
and
Well,
the
year done
child
passed, sir. We need to
just
pass
so
a
happened
pressure
to
plate
be
to
with
your
his
ass.
mom,
Thank you
right?
for your damn service. Now we need some
It
service.
would be a problem.
I'm broke.
So what?
If the
You still
child,
got
if the child was with the mom or not, right? If it
This
was a
is
child
Trump's economy. I'm broke.
and they were at
You still got
school,
99 cents.
right? It'd still be the mom's fault.
Well,
right?
actually,
It's
no. This
always
is
these things.
Trump's economy,
It's
and I just
crazy.
paid my car note. You see the car then?
Oh,
but our children
Hey,
are
look,
not
this
here,
is Trump's economy, and I just paid my car note. So,
okay. Happy said if that child was with its mother, they would have been abusing her, saying she's a bad parent and everything. But the Republican Party just tried to act like
his baby
that
mama
didn't
is
even
kind of
happen.
crazy
And
though.
what's the significance of y'all talking about what happened? That's so around the world that was heard. And but it wouldn't happen if the kid wasn't even in that room. I know.
Bomb Cherry. His mama, he's a weirdo. His baby mama's a weirdo. He doesn't even have sex with most of the women to impregnate them. So,
but how they pregnant then? How they have babies?
IVF.
I think there's like one. Hold on. I think there's one or two of them he's actually had sex with and conceived, like one, maybe two out of his 14 children. But like, listen, that's white people stuff. I don't understand it.
He doesn't sleep.
Y'all hear this shit?
So hold
That's
on.
weird.
Listen, it's weird to me too. But
hold on, AFR. So you're saying that the majority? So you mean 11 out of the 13 children that he have,
14.
He did not even have sex with those women.
Correct.
The majority, no.
Again,
I think he's had sex with two of them. I think he's conceived 2 or 3 kids. The rest of them are artificial insemination.
It's real, Bomb.
Oh,
For real.
really?
He's not lying. He does not sleep with those women. He was in a relationship, I think, with Grimes. Then that's the second one. But the rest of them, all of them are IVF. All of those children.
Oh,
well, even Grimes' children. I think one of them.
Hold on, I want to make sure I'm clear. So he rather jerk off into a goddamn cup than actually put it inside a woman for sure.
Yes. Wow. Yes.
You know
and I
why
think
it
it's
makes
like
sense, though?
the
You know
Indian.
why it makes sense? Because he has autism. He might not want to spread it, and therefore,
Well, I
they
mean,
may not
he has
genetically
sex
be
with
his
women.
at all.
I mean, he's not. I mean,
He's a responsible poop.
I mean, I guess. Hold on. So I guess AFR saying you saying that is a responsible thing that
I didn't say no. Whoa.
Let me finish my question. All right, you want to answer that part of the question? Go ahead, answer it. Go.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't hear.
Slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try.
Goodbye, American Rifle from the Biden surplus.
Oh wow. Y'all meant, but can I ask that question?
Wait, I just want to say, Tiff, wait a minute. I have a question for you because I just want you to know. I didn't know that about until he said that. So you're saying that most of his children are through IVF?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Wow.
He acknowledges that. But I want to know, I know you said, I know they said that he's on the spectrum, but why were they making fun of Joe Biden's stutter so bad? Like when we listen to Elon, he stutters. Like, you know how they was really trying to be like, oh, he's this, he's that. That man is way younger than Joe Biden, and they have the same speaking patterns. Like, what? It's just very weird to me. The things that are okay for one side, but not okay for another side. It's like we would just be picking and choosing. Oh, he's a Republican. He's for family. He's got 3 wives and cheated on all of them. Oh, well, we're bringing the family. Like, no, just say you are anti-Black. Your alliance is very close to whiteness. And you also thought that you weren't finna take them L's. And what everybody is figuring out is if you ain't in the 1%, an L you gonna take.
Yeah. Somebody said Joe needed to go, and yet his service, right? I'm not saying that he need to be president again, but he should have been over Trump. Like, I don't understand, like, when we, like, they call him Sleepy Joe because Trump called him Sleepy Joe, and yet we never found him sleeping anywhere. Trump made up that name for him, and then people grafted up, and now in everybody's mind, he's Sleepy Joe. But we see Trump actually sleeping during his court cases. They say he smelled bad. They've been saying he smelled bad for a very long time.
Wearing adult diapers.
Yeah, well, you know, yeah. And that's somebody who was close to him, right? His protector for all them years is the one who told people he wear adult diapers. And he's been wearing it for a while. Yeah.
Did you say we've never seen Joe sleep? Is that what? Did that really just come out your mouth?
You saw him sleeping he's never been in court, right? During these important times, doing business. Well, I saw him sleep on the beach when he was out there with his wife and things, laying company.
I'm not gonna lie, Bomb. This shit sound crazy as fuck. I love it.
Like, so when he fell asleep at the African summit, when he fell asleep mid interview on MSNBC, that didn't.
I can't hear you. Okay, so tell me when again, because I haven't.
I said yapping about absolutely nothing. Okay, I'm not even talking about sleep part. I'm just saying this why it sounds crazy. Like, this motherfucker can't stay on topic to save his life, though. Like, no. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Tony Golden with the what I got. There's a literal pic of Joe Biden sleeping in a meeting.
Okay, now give me the information.
Fighter complex is working, and he says, Sharon, hold me down, and I'm holding him down. So if you are on his side, make sure you send that man a goddamn super chat. Show some love and support to your favorite tether named Fighter Complex.
Hey, Spider. You still in the car? You still driving, baby?
I ain't down. He want me to be down.
Let me go see what meeting. Wow, we Joe Biden sleeping, because they also was lying about him stealing money, him and his son, all kinds of shit, right? And then the laptop thing that I kept telling people wasn't real. It was a setup, right? All kinds of shit. You know, I'm here in Delaware. Joe Biden been in Congress for a very long time. He's been on Capitol Hill, should I say, for a very, very long time. Over 40 years.
Well, definitely at the bomb at the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden, he was falling asleep. He's like, they was asking, he said, yeah, it's well, what you go, huh? It's as beautiful as a fly. I was like, oh
yeah, Joe be sleep, man.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Joe definitely be sleep. Trump got some naps in too, but Joe definitely.
We ain't gonna act like Biden looked like what's that show, Weekend at Bernie's? They was about to start wheeling that man around. He looked about as good as the man on the House of Dragons, looking like the king falling apart. Now, come on now. The only thing I'm pissed off about it,
but it's not true though.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, but it's not true though. But you know, when I go and sit before him again, I'll show y'all. Now he is an old man, right? So he's walking and doing things like old men. And what Trump doing, y'all?
Oh, they both
Who's
old.
an old man too? Huh?
They both old. They both old as dirt. And that's something that we really got to talk about and figure out. You got all these old white men, Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, like die
What
already.
Mitch McConnell look like right now? Because I saw him.
That turkey neck, that gobble, look what he looked like. Death
Hold on, let me
walking.
shout out to my girl properly.
About to be a situation.
Shout out to the Cash App for the Monday morning live. Thank you so much, beautiful. Always showing me love and support, even though we always at it and we argue with each other. I appreciate you every time you come by. Thank you. That person knows who she is.
Shout out to whoever gave the money. Shout out. We love you. Where is my? So I'm missing two people. My two people. Okay, Brownsville #1. I know you're in the class. Hi, my brother. And I also PhD, but must be on vacation again. I miss you, girl. I hope you're okay.
Yes, bomb. Salute, PhD vet and our brother Brownsville, New York. Shout out to y'all, yo. Holding it down where y'all at. Hey, we miss you.
We miss you.
Man, you know what? I want to have Bunny like Bomb and Diva. Diva was like, this shit ghetto. Let me take a vacation. She did that on us.
Sometimes we got to take a little break, sis. Sometimes.
Yeah. I look, because I'm like, oh, Lord, this man he's sending me. That I understand people want to be, defensive and defend him, but we can all just say that happened on Friday. Good, bad, or indifferent. That is not how we handle ourselves in politics. And I hope it never, I don't ever want to see nothing like that again in life.
So let me say this.
You will.
So
we 2 months in. We not even 2 months in. You're gonna see more of that.
Okay. Through all my years, right, of living, I watched Democrats be in, right, possibly 8 years, and then Republicans come in and do their thing for 8 years. And if we lost or whoever lost and won, there was it wasn't a big thing, right? Because they wasn't going to take away our rights and our democracy and all that good old stuff. So therefore, if nobody would have had a problem with Republicans winning, they win, they fair, okay, cool. This was different though. That's all.
And also, let me shout out to the Cash App. I'm bridging the gap. God damn it! Thank you so much. Let's watch this real quick. This is one of my favorite things from Sleepy Joe.
You are the oldest president ever.
Pretty good shape, huh?
Which leads to my next question. You are more aware of this than anyone. Some people ask whether you are fit for the job. And when you hear that, I wonder what you think.
Watch me. I mean, honest to God, that's all I think. Watch me.
Okay.
If you think I don't have the energy level or the mental acuity, then that's one thing. It's another thing of just watch and keep my schedule, do what I'm doing. I think that I don't, when I sit down with our NATO allies and keep them together, I don't have them saying, wait a minute, well, how old are you? What they say? I mean, it's a matter of that old expression, the proof of the pudding's in the eating. I mean, I respect the fact that people would say, you're old, but I think it relates to how much energy you have and whether or not the job you're doing is one consistent with what any person of any age would be able to do.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, it's focused. I haven't, look, I have trouble even saying to myself, my own head, the number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly. I mean,
that is my favorite. I ain't gonna lie to you, Mom. I absolutely love that. Which focus? I'm no older than fly.
I thought you about to show me where you fell asleep or something.
Which focus is crazy?
Yo, he said,
like Ford Focus? Like what are we talking about here? I don't have a Ford Focus.
I got so many focuses. Like I'm no more.
I got Foci.
Yeah, because he's saying he it's almost like his head on a swivel. He got to be focused on so many things. He's like, what? He got his family.
Yeah, Bob. Go ahead. Dude, I love it. Go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry, but that was awesome. I love it, Bob. Go ahead.
No. I understand. I was just saying he was like, which focus? He got to be focused on his family. He's focused on being the president. You know, it's a lot. But yeah, I never saw that. I don't really look at the interviews and shit like that. I thought he fell asleep in the middle of it or some shit.
I don't want to do him that bad, but there's plenty of them.
Yeah. Not enough. So you're not talking about when he was actively. You talk about like doing a where he's sitting there for a long period of time where most of us might fall asleep, or was he active? They was asking him questions and he just went to sleep.
Well, no, I don't think it's ever been a part where he was in meetings though, and they talking and he went to sleep. So.
Oh yeah, well that happens, yeah.
But you can see that man. You see that man focus. Which focus?
You ain't right, and you are really tickled.
I know. Maybe I'm missing the joke.
That's what I was talking about. He was on point though.
He was on point there, Happy? Happy, you understand? I mean, as long as y'all understood, but when I seen that, I was just like, holy shit.
No, he's a jokester. That's what I was talking about earlier when I mentioned it. That's what I was talking about. It was like he won't sleep, but he won't there either. Like,
what you mean he was there? He answered the question.
Shit.
Right. Cool. When he said people were saying this about you, he said, the proof is in the pudding. Watch me.
No, he said I never even though
well, you gotta eat it or some
shit. you get on that horse, you gotta ride it. It was one of those moments.
Hey, listen, I ain't never heard nobody say the proof is in the pudding when you eat it. That's the first time I heard it.
Yeah, that's when the proof is. That's how you know that the proof is there when you eat it.
Hey,
that's the whole saying.
Hey, I understand, but what still, regardless, for my young ass, that shit was hilarious to me.
Oh no, I understand, but yeah, but that's the saying. Just like people were confused of what it is when how can you have your cake and eat it too?
Yeah, Kate and Edith too is what it actually says.
No, it's really the saying is how can you keep your cake and eat it too? Right? Because people want to be able to have the cake untouched. What?
Not cake.
Yeah,
it's
cake.
It's Kate. Kate.
You're talking about a woman.
Yes, Kate and Edith too.
Yeah, but I don't know what that's not the real saying.
That's the real saying.
No, that's not the real saying.
It's absolutely the real saying.
No. They wasn't eating no women. It's Kate.
Edith, like the name Edith.
I know that.
Okay.
That's not the real saying. The real saying.
So which one of y'all gonna Google and share it first today? Because we want to see. Y'all been sharing all day.
I'm not saying that he's wrong, because I'm quite sure there's a saying like that somebody made up. But the actual saying is you cannot keep your cake. You can't have your cake and eat it too, which means you can't have it and keep it and eat it, because once you eat it, the cake is gone.
You both are correct.
That's when you Negro explain it. That's what we
both did. Correct. You're both correct. There is a saying, but there was also a song that was released in 1967, and he talks about you can't have your cake, Kate, and eat it too. So both of you are technically correct.
But that's a song. So one of us, where somebody takes something that's out there for real, that's been there for many, many years, and they add it to their song and switch it up. But I'm gonna have to look and
that's
see
just
what.
Yes, we gonna have to look at
one of these songs on the radio, and we just make up the words as we go along. We think and say something else. That's all that is.
And right. Me and Bob gonna have to go in the goddamn box on Cake and Edith too. Which one is it? We're gonna have the whole discussion about that for the next hour now. Goddamn it, Klaus. Well, now, Sanford Biden, take the L.
Oh, I ain't taking no L. If y'all see what he's done, and y'all know what he has done, right? Changing our infrastructure, brought back a lot of jobs, doing the America first thing, try to bring jobs and industry back. Yes, that's what he's been doing. Okay. So let me go, because I see the saying. I'm looking for your saying, because I thought you were joking. I didn't know you was serious what he's saying, but it's
Robert Platinum.
It's because you know how us black folks talk. We talk fast, so it turned into cake and eat it too. And then we had a song. You can have your cake and eat it too, girl. That's nice and smooth, by the way.
Yeah, but they saying the history and usage of this comes back from the 15th century, though. Right? The early recordings of the phrase is in the letter on 14 March 1538 by the Duke of Norfolk. And so, and then they go on through the years, the 17th century and things like that. That's the history of that term.
And we both pretty much correct. It seems like so. Right? Like it's both. That's
yeah, it
why
could be both. It could be both.
I
But we changed it to yours. But people wasn't talking about eating women. They wouldn't have used that. Today, though, and we might talk about eating cake and eat it too. But
You want that cake.
It was supposed to be for cheating, for what I understood it. And of course, my favorite person that's always going to fact check me, and somehow whenever they fact check me, I am completely wrong. Shout out to the mayo monkey that is always afraid to hit the link. I don't know why. But we hit the 5-hour mark. We never got to 200 likes.
Come on, y'all.
Really?
Nope, if we want to get an hour, y'all got to put them likes up, y'all. And I did put it in the back if you want to share it, because or you might believe me, but I'm not saying that you're wrong as far, but the original is.
And I don't mind being wrong, especially when it's coming from Bomb Cherry. I don't mind it at all. That's how we got to deal with correct information. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's me, Bomb, Free Zolu. It don't matter who the person is. If we have different information and we could prove the information, that's just what it is. And I don't mind being proven wrong. It doesn't embarrass me at all.
It's been two shows back to back. Saturday, Bomb was up here now today, and we didn't talk about it was the battle of the sexes. We didn't have none of that.
No,
it was just
having some good conversations.
Yeah,
hey, look, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Politics is.
Bomb, you about to do a show or what you doing?
Last time you transferred people to the wrong account.
God damn. Oh, that was a different Bomb Cherry?
Yeah, you took them to Bomb Cherry Live, and I was over there on Bomb Cherry Juice. I don't even know how you got Bomb Cherry Live.
I did put my link in, and I made a video about this.
No, but that is one of your channels?
Oh yeah. I have a few channels. I had like 30 channels.
Oh wow.
The backup. I used to get them. I used to get deleted.
She got Bomb Cherry After Dark. She got Bomb Cherry Sports. She got Bomb Cherry. Bomb Cherry 1.
Your name, I seen it. I was like, that must be her. I didn't even really look at it.
Yeah, no, I got Bomb Cherry Juice, Bomb Cherry Live, then my cooking channel.
You got one set up right now, then?
No, I'm not going live right now. No, it's Mardi Gras time. I'm supposed to be in New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
But hubby messed up. He worked this weekend.
So where do everybody want to go?
Where y'all going, y'all? I'm going to watch my hair.
You can come to my channel.
You going live, Happy?
I will.
What's the name of it, Happy?
Oh, quickly, I'm Barry White in the chat. If you see Barry White, do y'all see Barry White in the chat?
Oh, Barry White.
Did you set it up already?
No, I will set it up right now. That is, and then y'all can. I don't even have to talk. I will set it up right now.
Happy Mardi Gras to everybody. Okay, y'all. If y'all celebrate it, get y'all some Ramadan.
Yes, happy Mardi Gras, happy Ramadan for sure.
Ramadan, what that mean?
There she go, Bomb.
A period of fasting, but it's in.
You heard, Bomb?
Yeah, I see her. Hey, PH.
What?
Hey, Diva.
Look at this. Children ain't shit, Bomb Cherry. Children ain't shit.
PH Diva.
Just missed the show. You didn't just miss the show. You know I was live, goddamn it. Talking about you just missed it. My own children, goddamn, they be hating on me too.
How you doing, youngin? So Mardi Gras Day is tomorrow, right? So y'all saying
That
Ramadan start like
I
because
think it started
Passover
Friday. I think they started Friday. I think it started Friday.
Oh, okay. Because Mardi Gras marks the beginning of, after Mardi Gras Day, that's when everybody got to fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Are you giving something up? Are you doing Lent?
Am I doing that?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
I'm not Catholic.
Mm.
One side of my family was Catholic though, but I will party the Mardi Gras because that's our culture.
Mm.
Our culture is Catholic though.
Mm-hmm.
Mardi Gras is a Catholic holiday, religious. People just don't know it.
Okay. You set it up already? Oh no, that's Barry White.
Isn't that what her name is? Barry White? What she said it was?
It's Barry.
Oh, Barry.
So she don't even have redirect privileges. So you gotta set up your redirect privileges, baby girl.
How do you do that, Sharon?
You go to customization, you go to redeck, and then you allow for whatever type of people you want. You either allow for all to redirect, or you could select the people that you wanted to redirect by.
Okay.
So it's in customization in your YouTube studio.
I will do that. But again, the conversations were good. I know we get upset. I know I can get passionate, but I do love our country. And I want us to not look like jackals. I want us to really do some of the things that we are trying to do. And I also want to say congratulations to everybody that did the blackout on the 28th.
Yeah.
We didn't even
They got the results yet?
Not yet.
It was a lot of people
do that.
So go ahead, Bon. We'll start with you. What's your final thoughts, Bon?
Okay. Bye.
What's up, Happy? What's your final thoughts?
I pressed live, so I don't know if this is gonna be heard on it. Like I pressed live. I actually just started it.
Okay, so also you gotta set up your redirect so I can redirect people because right now it won't allow me to
How
redirect.
do I do that?
You have to do it. I don't know if you can do it while you live, but you gotta do it in customization. You go down to redirect and then you put allow Sharon Bracey to redirect.
Okay.
All right. America's First Rifleman. Do you have any final lines?
Yes. Huh?
Go ahead.
I'll say two quick things. Number one, you need to tell PhD to stop censoring people and stuff like that.
Let's slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try it.
Absolutely not. Go ahead, Tipocracy. Tip, you got any last words?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say it was a good conversation. I hope that we can continue to grow. And even though AFR, I didn't agree with a lot of what he said, I did get some new information. So I'll go back and re-listen to this and try to pull up some of the things that he said, because I do believe that we should be open to at least finding out, being investigative, and then if it doesn't make sense, then we can kind of say, yeah, no, that doesn't pass the smell test. But if we don't at least do that, like we're just arguing at each other for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Yeah, I didn't get to finish what I was saying at all.
The God is real. God is real.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. When you say her name, you might get, taste might be gone.
Well, the thing about it is, this an actual open forum or is this just a circle jerk? This is up to you to actually.
You cannot
I'm just being
possibly,
honest.
hold on. It is no way you could possibly say that when you've been on the opposite side this whole time.
Well, the thing about it is, you just need to live up to your principles, sir. That's all I'm asking, And I enjoy the space because you are mostly open, but you can't allow tyrants. Y'all don't like Putin, right? So why do you like tyrants, petty tyrants come in and stop free exchange of ideas?
So you feel comfortable because you're so used to being around them?
I don't even know what that means. But can I finish what I said about the whole conversation? I'm gonna give my closing thought, and I will shut up. And your fans can censor me the next time I come up, and they'll pay you handsomely for it. It seems to be very popular.
Where's your handsome payment? Because I hope you don't
My
think that
hand-
is. I hope you don't think that's a way that.
Oh,
you
don't
send
worry,
in-
Sharon. I'll give you the blackmail bribe money to you. Don't worry.
All
Don't
right,
worry.
yeah, and make sure
So,
you hit that share button. Make sure you hit that share button. And
I
Kelly,
already
for
shared it
you,
on X. I shared it on my X platform.
I appreciate that. And
Don't
make sure
worry,
you
your
tag me in
tribute
it
money
too.
will come.
Make sure you
Huh?
tag me in it too. Make sure you tag
Okay,
me
I will.
so we can argue on Twitter too.
On Spaces, yeah, that's where I've been on Spaces, really. But
Oh, really? Okay.
oh,
What is it called? Spaces?
Yeah, on
yeah,
Twitter. So I got a thing.
yeah. Look for me on there. You'll see America First Rifleman. Yeah.
But first,
Anyway,
I need to know what it is. Sharon was explaining. Go ahead.
It's a Twitter version of an open panel, but I don't think you can show your
Clubhouse.
actual face. But people be having conversations the way how we have.
Oh,
It's like Clubhouse, but on Twitter. And so
oh,
I'll
I
say
don't mess
this
around with Twitter. I don't fuck around with it.
about the whole situation. I'll just give my final thought, and I'll be very quick and concise. We have been trying to tell the federal government to be more efficient and to have a more equitable relationship around the world when it comes to our allies and adversaries, but we don't want war. So what they are doing, they are injecting actual real common sense. I'm just going to be honest. We're not going to allow ourselves to be taken advantage of by our allies, and we're no longer going to go and intervene in other people's affairs just to benefit us. We want mutual agreements and mutual benefit with other countries. So people can say this was a spectacle between Vladimir Zelensky and JD Vance. I believe it was just him actually supporting the president and the agenda I voted for them to execute. They're doing everything damn near perfectly, not everything perfectly, but to what. So hold on. I'm gonna say this: when it comes to Doge and it comes to Ukraine, I wanted for years for the bloat to be cut. If they cut a little too much, we can rehire people and we can realign where we need to realign. But you're not going to get this cut if you just ask them permission. They're not going to relinquish power. So yes, cut as much as possible and then bring back what you need to bring back and make sure it's efficient. So thank you, Trump. Thank you, JD, VP Vance. You guys are doing a great job, and I'm just convinced we're gonna make America great again. Thank you, everybody.
All right. So Barry White, did you set up the redirect yet or not yet? Okay. So
can you tell me how to do it? Where do I go to do it?
Go to your studio.
Uh-huh.
And then go in customization.
Right.
And then you're gonna see it where it says, "Do you allow people to redirect?" And you could just
customization. So do that on the computer.
Oh, I
Wait, no, because I'm already on it on the computer, like on the thing. That's what I'm asking.
All right. So look, you go in customization. I'm happy. You go to redirect, and then you add, and then you can add people. You can. I don't know. I said it twice. Bomb explained it. You're gonna have to figure out from the rest. So this
No,
way,
I'm just saying,
when you do it, so this way, when you do it, I could just redirect everybody that's watching. They could just jump right on with you. So you got to work that out. So it's just easier for us to go back and forth between people. It's just much easier for us to go in between people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Happy, you're gonna have a panel or something?
You gonna have a panel, Happy?
Oh yeah, exactly. I already put the link.
Drop your link in the back. Yeah, drop your link in the chat.
Yeah, I'm already over there.
I'll inject some common sense and non-lunacy into the conversation.
All right, everybody. We'll see y'all later. Thank y'all. I appreciate everybody that hit the like, hit that share button, and also that supported financially. I appreciate all of y'all. We got to keep on grinding that way so we can keep on building it up. We need to learn how to be comfortable with sharing each other's platform, and it's all good. We can just like and share. See y'all later.